Hey everyone, Codex here. I hope you're doing fantastic. Today what we're gonna do is take a look at Fantom and we'll be discussing this bearish move that we've experienced in the last couple of weeks. We'll also talk about where we see the price heading next because this drop has been quite brutal. So if you guys like the content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to join our Patreon account. So, Fantom is one of the coins we mentioned several times in the past, and if you have been following our channel for some time, you'll know for a fact that we've discussed a potential move to the downside simply because we are below the 50 weeks moving average, which historically speaking has been the level where FTM holds support and rallies again, and we've experienced that in here and also in here. I mean, just look how amid holding this moving average, we experienced incredible rallies. And I also said multiple times that if Fantom can't reclaim this level soon, we'll be looking at something similar to what we had back in March of 2020. And a couple of weeks forward, FTM ended up crashing hard. And as of the time we are recording this, Fantom went down about 93%, which is massive considering that we were at about 3.4 bucks 4 months ago. For some of you out there who bought back in 2020, this move down might not seem as big as the one we had back in March, since back then the price dropped over 96%, but still 93%, a 93% move to the downside is just insane. If we are being completely honest with each other, we discussed the theory that several cryptocurrencies will fade away and disappear by the end of this market cycle. And I also say that most of the ones we are looking at won't be in the top anymore. And Fantom was one of these. We've also talked about Luna, which ended up getting wrecked. And Fantom was one of the coins we had our doubts about too. Now, the most important question is 23 cents our bottom, or are we heading much lower in the next few months? And although this is a very tough question to answer, what we can say is that we still have a dominant downward pressure and a dominant bearish momentum on the macro scale. I mean, if we take a look at the KDJ on the weekly time frame, we can see that the black line is still below the level of 20, and we don't have a bullish cross yet between the ascending blue line and the ascending orange line, and so things will mainly remain bearish until the black line shoots to the upside again, like it did in here, or also in here, or in here too. This doesn't imply that we can't go up, of course. In the short term, everything is possible. I never said that we can't. However, on the macro scale and on the long term, we don't have a confirmation yet that the bull run will prevail. And just by looking at the 50 weeks MA, we can see that things aren't that great. We are still below the 50 weeks moving average, as I mentioned, and so things won't improve until we start trending up. Now, weirdly enough, you will find a lot of people celebrating today's move, which was about 50% to the upside. And that's crypto after all. I mean, people celebrate a 30 or a 40 or even a 50% move to the upside, a 50% uptrend after going down 95% in a few months. I honestly suggest not to fall into the hype again, if there is any, of course, and I've been against the hype since the end of last year, so this isn't new to us. Now, going back to the question of whether this was our bottom or not, and frankly enough, I don't think it is. Short term, yeah, it could be it. Yesterday we had a Solana video and I said the exact same thing. I said that this could be it in the short term, of course, and I also said that we have a chance of a reversal in the upcoming few weeks. And look, although that could happen, although we could pump a little bit in the short term, macro scale, things look bad. I want to remind you that the CPI release that we've got 2 days ago ended up looking not that great. And to make things worse, this past market crash and the Luna issues we've got lately, the USD issues, have just pushed people into selling and going into fiat, which is what the Feds want to avoid to lower the odds of a recession. Feds don't want the inflation to go up, and they don't need a ton of money. They don't need a ton of fiat circulating now. Also, it's fair to know that this area, which is below 21 cents, has a lot of interest in it from buyers. And whenever we have such kinds of areas where investors put their money in and bet on the cryptocurrency, the price tends to drop there and bounce back up fast. And we've had that happen here, and also in here back in 2020 with FTM. And this is why I would say that the odds of seeing another dump in here is pretty high. Look, things are still shaky and we need things to cool down a little bit before we make conclusions, okay? But what I can say now is that the odds of coming in here and of seeing something similar to what we had back in the summer of last year are very high. This could take several weeks, of course, if not months. It could even take over 2 months in my opinion. But as I said, the odds of visiting this zone and experiencing something similar like this are pretty high. And look, below the $1 level, being below this psychological support, it's just pain. Even if we go up 50% a day, it doesn't really matter because we are still down 90%. I also want to say something else about this stablecoin USDB. So this is stablecoin USDB, which is on Fantom, and this stablecoin basically gives you over 20% APY. And look, if you want to take the risk, then it's your problem. But look, 20% per year isn't sustainable in a bear market. Anchor, which used to yield 20% APY return for USD, dried up in the past and they had several money issues. And I'm gonna tell you, the same thing will happen to this. The same exact thing. 20% per year is not sustainable. It's a Ponzi, okay? So stay away from it. This is just my opinion. You wanna put your money in, you wanna lose your money, that's your problem. But in my opinion, it's a guaranteed loss. It's a 100% loss. Even if you make money this month, next month, at some point you will lose it. So this was about it, guys. Thanks for sticking by till the end. Also, if you want to store your cryptocurrencies and coins in a hardware wallet, make sure to check out Decent. They are a company that provides next level hardware wallets that supports every coin that comes to your mind. Plus, we mentioned Decent in the past many times, and we said that even if we drop 90% in the next months, you can at least cry about the money, knowing that nobody will freeze your funds or steal your money. So again, check them out since they are offering a 30% discount on their hardware wallet with a link down below, and have a nice day. Bye bye.